Welcome. This is the exercise portion of your 3x30 learning. So we're going to get your charts set up so that they look like mine, because over the next few videos, we're going to be adding some tools so that you can see this pattern easier. What we're going to do is set up your template and some folders. So just make it easier once we start drawing on our chart to keep everything organized. That's one thing I've learned is keep your charts organized. You don't want to have to go back through them later, find your drawings, put them in folders. Trust me. First things first, come up here to the top right and add Euro USD as the symbol that we're going to be using. And I like using either Oanda or Forex. So I'm going to choose Forex for this one, forex.com. Okay, if you have not set up your time frames or your chart intervals, go over here just to the right of that and hit this little down arrow. And I would like you to select the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, and the daily. You just have to check it just like that. It'll add a little star to it, and then it will show up here under your favorites. Under the bar style, I want you to select candles and line. Okay. What that does is you can either have a candle chart like this, or if you toggle the line, it shows you just a line chart based on the close of that candle. Okay. So for instance, you see this big old spike right here? Well, if you put that line chart on, you don't get that. So it's easier to see and mark up some of these levels. The next thing I want you to do is come over all the way to the right where we're going to create a layout. You can create a new layout, and you're just going to name it whatever you would like to call it. I named this one 3x30 videos because that's what we're making here, but you can call yours whatever you want. Give it a fun little emoji, and there we go. Next, if you come up here to this little list guy, this will have all of the symbols that you can kind of keep at the ready. So if you want to add something to your watch list, you hit this little add symbol and you add your currency that you are going to be using. So Euro USD, let's select Forex. It's already on mine. So if I deselect it, it just took it off. I don't know if you can see it, it's grayed out, but I'll select it again, add that plus, and now it will be added here. I'm going to drag it up to the top. There we go, just like that, Euro USD. And so now this is on your watch list. Okay, yours shouldn't have all these. If it does, delete it, keep it, it's up to you. Okay. Next, we're going to skip the little alert and we're going to come in here to this layer. So this is going to be everything that's on the chart to include your currency. We're going to be putting a couple blocks on our chart so that you can follow along with me. And then we're going to be putting those into folders to keep it nice and neat. So let's get into that. Okay, on all of the slides that you're going to be looking at for the 3x30, it's done over one period of time. It's an 11-day period of time from October to November of 2025. So what we're going to do is we are going to scroll to the left and we're going to look down here at the bottom where our date is, and we're going to go find 10 of 20. I already have it grayed out so I can find it easily. We're going to box this in together. Take our rectangle and you're going to select it and you're just going to drag and drop. And of course, mine is gray. Let's go ahead and change this to black so we can actually see it. There we go. Okay, so I have now drawn a rectangle around Thursday, October 23rd, 2025 till November 6th, 2025. Okay, that's going to be our main teaching period. And if you recall, let me paste our picture here. That is what you saw in the slide. So I also like to black out the sides just so that I can focus. So let's create another box here on the outside and on the outside just like that. And let's fill these in so we can't see the chart behind it. So double click on it. It'll open the options for this box. Let's select background and leave it a dark gray or black, whatever color you'd like to make it. So background on this one and turn the background on just like that. Okay, so now we should have this period of time and the two edges are for the most part grayed out, so we can ignore them. Now for this 11-day period, I do want us to box them out. that we can see every day. And I'll show you, I want it to look like this. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to box the days, and let's go 8 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. So whatever that is in your time zone. I know here in Hawaii, that's 2 p.m. for me. So 8 p.m. to 8 p.m., just box that out. And how we're going to do this is, let's get rid of these. Here we go. And we'll just take another box here, and we will find, let's see, 8 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. for me. Figure out whatever that is for you. And we're going to draw a box from, 2 p.m. That's 2 a.m. We're going to draw a box from 1400 to 1400. Okay. And you see mine is shaded in because that's the last thing I used. But I don't want that. So let's double click, take off the background, and let's make it a thin line because we don't need a bunch of lines here. All right. So just like that, then duplicate it into 1400 to 1400. So you should be able then just to clone it and drop it where it goes. Clone it. So I'm hitting right click and selecting it and just dragging it. Now the other way, if you like keyboard shortcuts, is to hit your control button. So hold the control button while you select the box and then just drag it, let go of your control button. Then once you have it, and drop it where it goes. Okay, let's continue to do that. Filling in every day, 1400 to 1400, my time, 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever that is for you. So now let's label these. Let's give each box a day number. So you're going to come into your first box, you're going to double click it, and you're going to add a little 1 where it says add text. And then number 2, 3, keep going, 4, 5. Now, if you don't want to double click, you can also click on it just right there. 6. If you click just once, this little add text should come up. And if you click that, you can just type it in however you want to do it. 8, next one, 9, 10. Okay, so now we have a period of 10 days all labeled. Good, good. Now let's put these in a folder, because if we ever want to make one go away, if you see on the right-hand side, they're kind of just stacking up. And you can go in and name each and every box. That might be a little redundant. There are some you're going to want to name. But for now, let's just group all of these into a folder for our days. So we're going to grab all of these then and put them in a folder together. You can either select and hit Control, hold down your Control button as you select what you want, or you can select one, hit Shift, and select the entire range. The other way to do it is to grab it on the chart, hit Control, and then select each box also. Okay. Then once you have all the boxes selected that you'd like to select, click this folder, and it's going to add all of those to a folder. And so let's call this what? The 10 days, 3 by 30. How about that? And what's cool is if you did want to change all of these, you can change the colors of them all together. You don't have to do it individually. I wish somebody would have taught me this when we first started, would have saved me so much time. So you can change the color of them. You can change the width of them, the background, anything. You just can't change the text inside. So now we have all of our 10 days and we have them all nice and organized into a folder. And it's cool because if you want to hide them all, you can just select them all and get them all off your charts. You have a nice clean chart. For the next few videos, this is the area of 10 days that we're going to be studying to learn the 3 by 30. And so we'll be adding some things into or onto this portion of the chart for you to help see the pattern a little bit better. Okay. The first thing we're going to go over is trap, move, anchor, because we learned that today. Now, trap, move, anchor is going to be very hard. If you just jumped in and looking at this chart, you're not going to know where trap, move, anchor is. Like I said in the video, everything now is going to be added onto this trap, move, anchor. And so the next tools that I'm going to be giving you are going to help you see that better. So I don't expect you to see it today, but for today, I want you to see how trap, move, anchor moves throughout the days. And since I know the concept of the fractal nature of it, right? The smaller trap, move, anchor inside the larger trap, move, anchors, can be a little daunting, even for me sometimes. I know the concept of the fractalness of the trap move anchor can be a little overwhelming. I want you to just start seeing how it moves throughout the day. I've already created the drawings, of course, to make the slides for the videos. So I'm going to overlay those onto our charts. You can absolutely take the time to draw them on your own, to screenshot it and make yours look like mine. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to show them to you. So if you recall, we had our trap, we had our move, and we had the anchor. Okay. So I want you to see how this trap lasted about 2.5 to 3 days, which is very common for a trap move. The bigger move lasted about 6 days, roughly 5 to 6 days, and the anchor about 2. And this is for the overall larger pattern. Now, remember, it is fractal. So there are smaller trap move anchors happening inside of these larger trap move anchors. So if you remember this picture, that got to be a little much, I do understand. So let's zoom in so this doesn't look so overwhelming. I'm going to come down to the 15-minute. So if you come up here to your intervals, select 15-minute. So now we are just looking at the first 3 days of the overall trap. So I'm going to take this larger one off here. And so if you can see that for day 1, it had a trap move anchor. Day 2 had a trap, like this. There we go. Had a trap. There's actually 2 moves there, but a trap, a move, and we'll call that the anchor. Close enough. Okay, day 3, which now we're getting into the larger move, had its own trap. That's a whole trap pattern. And then a move. Not technically the anchor. Technically, that's the anchor, but we'll get it. Something like that. Okay. Trap, move, anchor, trap, anchor. And you will see, we're going to give you some tools on how you will see these for your own. But what I want you to see right now is that the trap and the move and the anchor are not defined by each business day, if you will, not defined by each block. It does happen generally because there's a time when the banks are closed and there's a time when there's a lot of people in the market. And so the time when there's not a lot of people doing business, the market is normally going to be smaller. It's going to drift back towards this balance, and we'll come back into that topic as we go on. But just know that there's a part of the market where it opens up the wrong way, and then it makes its move, and then it anchors back to balance. And so it's not confined by the day. It does move through the day. Sometimes it overlaps into the next day. But for the most part, through the day, you are going to have a trap phase, a move phase, and an anchor phase. Okay, so look at day 5 here. We have a trap, a move, and an anchor back. Day 6, we have our trap, our move, and our anchor. 7, trap, move. That's odd. That shouldn't be there. Move, anchor. So all the way through. And then the anchor period has its own trap, move, anchor. Okay. So the takeaway I want you to have from this one is just knowing that, yes, trap, move, anchor happens, but it's not confined by the hours of the day. Yes, it does tend to behave in, let's say, a move phase while all of the big banks are open. During the time when there's a lot of people in the market, of course, that's going to be the move phase. And the anchor is when it drifts back towards a balance. Well, that's going to happen when all of the banks close and there's not a lot of activity for the day. So of course, it's going to drift back towards a balance. And then of course, to start the day, we got to get some orders built. And so there's going to be a trap phase where it's going to open in the wrong direction. That's going to build the orders then for the move phase when everyone else actually comes into the market and joins in the flurry, if you will, or starts doing their transactions. That's going to be the move for the day. And it does line up with the behavior of the different times of the day, but it's not confined by that. And that you will learn more as we get into timing and market sessions. So at this point, I wouldn't be too concerned with adding these trap, move, anchor boxes onto your chart because you're going to get used to seeing those as we progress through and get the other tools added onto the chart that's going to help you see those. For now, all we wanted you to do was make sure your chart was ready to go. Make sure you have your new layout. Let's see, what else did we do? We made some boxes. We put it in folders. And we just got a quick little review on how to make our boxes and change the properties of them. Oh, and of course, we set up our playing field, our 10 days of study. That's all we're doing for this session today. We'll see you in the next video.